What's going on? What's going on? It's Uncle Scruff back
Sure
with
enough.
Show Enough, my man, the myth, the legend. We back again. We're gonna get
What's
into
going on,
this.
people?
We're gonna get into this video, and I'm gonna talk to you a minute, real quick, for about this video. Now,
Let's go.
there are certain things that when you go to an institution, stuff like that, there are requirements. This is across the board. This is across the board.
Okay.
Sometimes people, especially of color, get a bad rap because they cause problems for no reason. So
Okay.
it seems to me that if we just complied with things that were normal, I'm not saying, comply with new laws. I'm not saying whatever, but normal
hmm
things that go along with customer service, we would get a lot
Okay.
further.
Okay.
But in But this in this video, video, the the thing that thing I'm that I'm realizing realizing is that this lady, she's asking for her prescription. Now,
Okay.
anybody that's ever gone to go pick up a prescription, they understand how things work. Well, I'm gonna let you see how this lady handled it, and you see if she couldn't have handled this a little bit differently, and then we'll get into a discussion about it.
Okay. Okay.
Why do I okay, do you why do I need to transfer my prescription out? Because y'all's window ain't open?
What is your name and date of birth?
Excuse me, why do I need to transfer my prescription out? Because y'all's
I
pick
don't.
up
We
for
don't
what?
treat it like this.
I came yesterday. She said she was gonna transfer it. She
What
didn't.
is your name and date of birth?
What are you talking about? Now you're saying I'm disrespectful, you're being
I can't help
disrespectful.
you if you don't tell me your name and date of birth.
That's not what my prescription is here. I don't need it transferred out.
Okay,
Can you
you're
drop
taking on my time and I'm trying to help you.
and now
If you don't let me help you, I will
but
hang up.
you want to go back and forth with me
What
when
is
you
your
could have
name and date of
you
birth?
could have dropped the prescription through this window right now.
What is your name and date of birth?
You hear this? Because I want my prescription.
Answer my question.
You said answer your question. What's your name?
You don't want your medicine transferred, so
What
she
is your
shouldn't
name and
transfer
date
it.
of birth?
What's your name, ma'am?
My name's Amber.
Amber. Okay. So Amber, y'all can't give me my medicine. That's
I'm
already.
trying to help you right now, but you
It's
are not
already
giving me
ready.
your
You
date of birth. That
keep
is required
no.
for pickup.
Okay,
You are
but you
not listening.
okay, but you keep telling me you're gonna
What
transfer
is
my
your name
prescription.
and date of birth?
That right there to me seemed like something that really could have been avoided.
I think that was 100% completely avoidable in so many ways. You could have been there and gone 10 minutes before you pulled your camera out to record this video. I don't understand what the problem is. She just needs your name. Matter of fact, what is her name and date of birth? Did she even?
No, and that's the thing. Okay,
So she did. I don't understand what the problem is.
now just on a regular level, you're talking about medicine, prescription, and stuff like that. So that's for your
Yeah.
date of birth and your name, so that they can get it exactly right to who you are. So if you're not
Mhm.
doing that and you happen to be the wrong person, they give it out. They can get in a lot of trouble. Not only that, but the person who's taking it can die, or something like that can happen because they have a
Absolutely.
reaction to the medicine. Now, here's the thing. What the thing that bothers me a lot about this is because this sort of thing is not the first time that I've seen this happen, and it
Oh,
kind of bothers me when I say my people do this because we already have this rap for being angry people. Now, here's an example. I have to go see this doctor every so often. I think it's almost done, but for a car accident that I had about a year ago,
okay.
year and a couple months ago. Okay, it's all for
Uh-huh.
what is it? The New York State no fault insurance, all that stuff. You have to see their doctor. Okay, no
Mhm.
problem. So normally when I go, they usually schedule it for the morning. It's usually like 9 in the morning. There's really not a lot of people there or whatever. There's no real problems. Everybody's kind of tired anyway. But then I noticed something. A little later on, after I've gone a few times, I end up going, and now I get an appointment in the afternoon. The afternoon, I've noticed when I go in the morning, and I think they schedule it like this on purpose, and I'm not really saying this, but I've been there a few times and I've seen this, and I've actually
Hmm.
taken note of it, a mental note of it. The morning schedules seem to have more white people there. Now, the afternoon schedules had more Spanish people there. The evening had more of black people there. Now, I don't know if that's saying that they think that black people don't wake up early. Okay, but whatever. But this is the point that I was
Yeah,
talking about.
I kind of smelled an undertone of that, but
Yeah, this
I
this,
digress.
this is the point that
Mhm.
I was talking about because I actually didn't like going in the afternoon because everybody was off the wall there. Now, what ended up happening? Girl comes in. When you come there, they tell you have to have your ID or they can't see you. Got to make sure it's you. Okay. So this girl, she comes in, and yes, she's black. She comes in, and she goes, "Yeah, I have an appointment at I forget exactly what time. We'll just make up a time. Say 4 o'clock." Okay. She
Yeah.
gets there at quarter after four, and then they're like, "Yeah, can I help you?" And she's like, "My name is whatever her name is. Say we'll say Tanya. My name is Tanya, and I have an appointment at four." And they're like, "Okay, well, we can squeeze you in because you're a little late, but it's not a problem. We just need you to fill out the normal paperwork." Well, I already filled out this paperwork before. Something they have you fill out every time. They hand you a tablet, you fill out the preliminary stuff or whatever. Well, they had this, I filled out this paperwork before. I filled out this paperwork before, so y'all should have it on file. Now, I'm not going to tell you that they shouldn't have it on file. They absolutely should. But they said, you still got to fill this out. Okay, no problem. So this is something that I've even been doing every time I've gone there. I've gone there at least 6 times. Okay, this was at the last time I had to go, so this is like my sixth time. She said, "Well, I've been here before, and the last time I was here, you guys didn't see me on time." Now, the first thing I'm thinking is, well, that argument would hold up if you had made it here on time this time, but you didn't. But anyway, so the lady says, "Well, can we have your ID?" They're like, "Well, I've been here before, and you should have it." And they go, "But we have to ask for it every time. We have to make sure we have to verify it's you every time." Which is the same thing they told me. The second time I came, I forgot it had to go back home and get mine. Okay, so she's saying that she knows that she's been here before and she did all this stuff before. And they're telling her, "Well, we need your ID." Well, you guys are being so unprofessional. And I got my son in the car, and he's out there with my father, and so I'm not staying all that time. And tell him if he don't get my appointment within 15 minutes of the time, I'm not coming. Now, mind you, I told you she was already 15 minutes late, so she already killed her time, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but then this is what I'm talking about. The lady was just selling. I need. This is a standard procedure. I need your ID. Same thing that this lady on the video was asking for. No,
Hmm.
you. This is so unprofessional. I'm not giving you my
Just a
ID. I don't even
verification.
have it with me. I'm not bringing it. I didn't bring it this time. Whatever. And I'm sitting there saying, okay, this is the reason why I don't like coming in the evening. And I hate to say it like that, but they didn't have
Understood.
this. I didn't have these problems when I came in the other times.
Understood.
And the only times that this sort of thing happened was in the evening when they had the, hate to say it, the people with more melanin in their skin scheduled.
Okay.
We have to learn when is the time to get upset and when is the time not to get upset. And I'm not going to tell you
Choose
that
your
there's
battles.
not a million things that are not against us. There's a billion things, billion and one
But you
things.
got to choose your battles. You have to choose your
Absolutely. And
battles.
especially, you got to choose a battle that you are right in.
Yeah, you want to win it. That's the thing. That's why
There's
you choose them
no
because you want to be able to win it.
you work in the medical field. There is no medical setting that you can walk in there, say, "I am this patient. I am supposed to receive these services or these meds," and not have to verify who you are. If you
Yeah,
ever if you I'm not saying I was super high up, but I've worked in the medical field. You have to verify who you are. When you
absolutely.
every 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 resident, every customer, every patient, every whatever you want to call any of them, they all have bracelets on that tell you who they are. They
And when you're in the hospital, before they give you meds, before they do anything to you or whatever, they say, let me see your bracelet. And now they have a system in most places where they just scan the barcode on your bracelet to verify who you are.
Yep. And then they
It's
say,
all
what's
in
your
the
birth date?
verification. Yeah.
Just so that it
And,
matches the
and
bracelet.
check this out. It is funny because along the lines of all of this, I work in dialysis. So I'm in the healthcare field. And there was an incident probably 10 years ago where a patient ended up dying while on the dialysis machine, which is unfortunately, it's not very uncommon.
Mm.
It does happen because there's a lot of there's a lot of other health issues that patients come
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
So it's things that unfortunately do happen. But what happened was this patient came, and it was a new patient to the clinic, and this patient was getting put on, and they're asking them, okay, we're gonna see how much we can set you for, to see how much fluid we can get off of you. If anyone knows how dialysis work, you'd understand that genre,
Yeah.
that jargon. But the patient kept saying to them, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. And the staff ignored them saying that. And the patient kept saying, I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
Hmm.
And the patient ended up getting put on the machine. They hooked him up and all and so forth. And the patient ended up dying. As it turns out, the patient didn't belong there. What happened was there was a patient with a similar name
Uh-huh.
that just happened to live in the same facility as the patient that was supposed to be there. They both lived in the same facility, like a assisted living type, or maybe a nursing home or something.
Okay.
And they were basically written off as, oh, they don't know what they're talking about, they're batty. And plus the staff wasn't familiar with them because it was a new patient that was supposed to be there.
Okay.
And this person is saying, I don't belong here. And they didn't. And what ended up happening is the weight of the patient, of the two individuals, was drastically different. One patient was pretty big, the other patient was not. So in dialysis, they base your treatment off of how much fluid gain you have in between treatments.
Mm-hmm.
And the transportation got them mixed up and dropped the patient off at the wrong place. So when that other patient came, they're like, oh, wow, you gained a whole lot, but yet this was the tiny pit, the little patient.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, it was vice versa. There was the big patient, but the little patient was supposed to be there. And they're like, oh, you gained so much fluid or whatever. So what they did is they set what's called a goal on the machine too high.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the machine like draws off fluid, and it ended up drawing off
Too
way too
much.
much fluid because it wasn't supposed to be
Yeah.
for that person.
Yeah.
And it was just a crazy situation. And from that stemmed, now with the machines, you go into a certain screen, and now it has a picture of the individual, and it also has a warning of name similarity.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not to be confused, because now you have multiple Johnsons and Williams and Joneses, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And it's not to be confused, because I've been in the same place with two individuals that even looked alike. And you have to be very careful, which is why if you don't know what you're dealing with in that situation, like, when you know dialysis and you start knowing your patients, you know who you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a situation where people are elderly and they can't speak for themselves and so forth, and you have to rely on certain things like their picture, you got to look at the picture to see if there's a similarity, where they came from, or you talk to the person and say, are you Mr. So and so, are you Mrs. So and so? And you have to be sure. So this lady here, for her to cause all of this ruckus or what have you, and the lady is simply explaining to her that I just need your ID, your name and your identification, date of birth. I need to know who you are. So I'm sure that I serve you correctly, because if she does not, we all know everybody in this country is so happy
Mm-hmm.
that if they would have got the wrong medication with all that ruckus that she caused, she would have walked out of there possibly a millionaire, because that lady got frustrated and said, you know what, here, if this
Yep.
is who
Just
you
take
are,
it.
then take it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that could have taken that company, that pharmacy, whatever, that it would have taken that corporation down
It
because
could
of
have.
that. And then
It
this
could
is
have.
what caused the change in policies and procedures in jobs and in in big companies. This is why they have policies and procedures and guidelines for things like this. And this is why these things are constantly being updated, changed, because of situations that can occur like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. Yeah. This is. We need to go in. We need to go in with better heads. We need to go in with less attitude. We need to look at what they're asking for. If
Yeah,
they're asking for something ridiculous,
yeah.
I can understand that. If they're asking for
Understandable.
something standard that's actually a protection for you and them, what's wrong? I'm sure they
Nothing.
have your name and your number and your address on file. They're just asking you to verify it.
Nothing. And unfortunately, bad days, someone having a bad day, it everybody feels the effects of one person having a bad day, and then it just causes so much chaos that does not need to be. And unfortunately, this is the world that we live in. And as a black man, I hate seeing that our people sometimes, bring things to this level where it doesn't have to be. Like, it's in a sense, especially like you see, look at the whole situation with the damn Popeye's chicken sandwich a few
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Come on, man.
I
Come
know.
on, man.
I know.
Over
I
a
know.
chicken sandwich, bro. Like, seriously. Come on, man. Like, this is what we have been reduced to. And now, we argue, we bitch, we fight over everything that is just so insignificant. And we need to come together better as a people. We need to do better as a people. And this is not what everybody wants to feel like they're so conscious, but everybody around them is just doing all of the same stuff. Everybody around them is just doing all this negative bullshit. And you know what I'm saying? And it causes us to separate from each other, because you don't want to be, and you don't want to be associated with that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I for one don't. I don't want to be associated with nonsense. You
No.
know what I'm saying? I don't want to be associated with situations like I like to feel like I can handle things in a manner where, if I can't talk to you, then I can just shut up and stop talking. You
Yep.
know, I got frustrated. I was so frustrated one morning. I went to McDonald's, and you know what I'm saying? It was just the interaction with the individual that was on the intercom. I'm at the drive-through, and I can feel their attitude. I ordered my food. I'm always respectful when I order my food, because I don't like my food played with.
Yep. Yep.
And I respectfully, I ordered my food. Hey, can I get a quarter pounder? And I said, I want the deluxe quarter pounder. And I said that, like, a few seconds after. So instead of giving me just the deluxe quarter pounder, they added the regular quarter pounder and then the deluxe quarter pounder. And I was like, no, no, no. I said, just a deluxe quarter pounder. I just want that one because I want the lettuce, tomato, and so forth. This individual sucked their teeth. They huffed, and they told me to hold on. And I was like, yeah, you know what? And by now I was already very frustrated, because I was on my lunch break. And when you get that feeling like you want something, but you don't know what you want,
Mm-hmm.
and you end up going to 3, 4 different places. And every place that I went to, it was like they didn't have what I want. Or when I got there, it was like, that's not what I want. And I ended up at McDonald's. I said, I'll settle for McDonald's. And that's what I was going to get. And then when she displayed the attitude that she did, and she sucked her teeth, and I don't know what her frustration was, but I apologized. I said, you know what? I said, I apologize. I said, you know what? Don't even worry about it. And I just drove off. instead of getting into a whole huffy
Yep.
argument. But this is what people will do. They'll get into a whole argument over, and it's like, bro, you're just trying to order a cheeseburger. And it's, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. And I believe I ended up going to Family Dollar and just getting a cup of noodles or something. And I said, I'll just deal with this. When I get home, guess what? I'm gonna make me a cheeseburger. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? It is not that serious. And furthermore, McDonald's burgers aren't that good that I'm gonna sit here and bug out over somebody's attitude. Like, bro, you can have, because you're miserable. I'm already frustrated enough behind what I want to eat. You're miserable. So I tell you what, you can have that. I'm gonna walk away, bro. And this is what I've learned to do. And I have to definitely say that I have to credit my wife for, bringing me there, because I handle things differently before her. You know what I mean? And she made me
Well,
realize that it ain't that
we
serious. And now,
we definitely did handle things differently before.
yeah. And now, but in today's world, like look at where in society now, look at where something like that would lead to.
Yep.
Somebody jumping out of their car. Oh no, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. And they'll jump out
Uh-huh.
their car and they'll pull out a gun and they'll go in, and next thing you know, they inside McDonald's shooting up and jumping on somebody and tearing up the whole store. And people get hurt, arrested, jailed, dead, whatever. And it's not worth it. It ain't worth it. All you have to do is shut up and walk away. That's it. Give her your name and date of birth. That's
That
all
was
she's asking
it.
for.
That was it. Name and date of birth.
That's it.
And it got that far. And I'm telling you, like I said, when I went to that doctor's appointment, the girl that came in there acted the same way.
The same
They
way.
wanted the same thing. Her
Same thing.
ID. They
Yeah.
wanted her ID. That was,
That's all they're asking for.
and it's and like I said, medical field. Come on now, come on now. That runs on the ID. You got to know who you're treating.
Simply
Hey
because
man,
everything is about liability nowadays.
listen,
Because
listen.
that's it.
I heard about this one thing in Florida. They didn't have, apparently, I don't know if they had the right idea of the person or not, but he was going in there and he was supposed to get his, not sure which leg. It was either the right or the left leg. I know you only got two, but whatever. Um, but he, but he was going in there and he was supposed to get one amputated, and they amputated the
Yeah.
wrong one. And it was like, because they didn't have the right guy, and they didn't check his ID and all that stuff, and that happened. So it's like, all right,
She
sure.
that dude probably came in for a cough. The hell.
But all right, I
This is
think
the world we live in, brother. We
yeah,
gotta do better.
you know.
We gotta do better.
Listen, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to comment on this, put it in
Please
there.
do.
Tell us, do we
Please
need
do.
to start getting a little more love? No, but anyway,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
hit the like button, follow us, subscribe, get it off your chest. If you got something to say, let us know.
Please
If you can
do.
add to the conversation, let us know.
Oh, please do. And coming soon to a theater near you. Um, we'll be introducing, special guests and things or whatever.
Absolutely.
Jump in and weigh in with us and stuff, whatever. We just getting this thing off the ground, so we're just trying to we trying to set it off, and let's go, man. We're just trying to get everybody to weigh in on it, man, because these are a lot of things that I've been holding in for a long time, and I'm not usually one to do this, but I'm here now, thanks to you, big bro, and let's do it, man. Let's get this thing going, yo.
Listen, hit us, DM us. We are looking for some other voices to get on the show. We like to
Yes, sir.
showcase some other perspectives.
Yes, sir.
As long as they wilt that out, let's do it. All right.
Yes, sir. Nobody's
Show
right,
enough.
nobody's wrong. We just weigh in. That's all.
Show enough, Uncle Scruff. Get it off your chest. We out. Peace.
Yeah.